Hey folks, I'm Brainiac, and this weekend is the Royal Rumble, the 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble in WWE, and it's an event I love and adore, and much like 3 years ago, I'm simulating another Royal Rumble to celebrate this momentous occasion. And you might remember, I tried this 3 years ago, and it didn't exactly end well. Good times. And I've just eliminated myself because I'm an idiot. What the hell is going on? Player 2 got 14 eliminations in that match, and I got 4. Hot damn. So, what I'm going to do then, in a bid to make sure that never happens again, is pinfalls are still turned on, but rope breaks are now off. So if guys get pinned, then they will be eliminated if they've taken too much damage. Our first 4 participants then, we've got Shawn Michaels, who's won 2 Rumbles, Steve Austin, who's won 3, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who's about to go here, who won the first ever Royal Rumble, and the big dog himself, Roman Reigns, who won the 2015 Royal Rumble, which is the year I last attempted to record a Rumble in No Mercy, specifically in the Showdown 64 mod, a high-definition texture mod developed by some very clever people over at a forum that I sometimes preside. Preside? What the hell was that? The hell was that word? Where I sometimes preside. Anyway, number 5, believe it or not, a man who won a Rumble in 1999. It's the owner of the WWE, Vince McMahon. And I say he won a Rumble, also, I think everyone's ganging up on me at the moment, but you know, everyone hates Roman Reigns, so that kind of makes sense. Vince McMahon, yes, he won a Rumble, but there was kind of an asterisk by it because he spent most of that match out on the floor. In fact, he spent a lot of that match on commentary, for God's sakes. Austin came in at number 2, and McMahon won when I think The Rock came out and distracted him, and McMahon was able to throw him out. That was his only elimination, and it was kind of a terrible Rumble anyway that year. He did not go on to win the championship at WrestleMania. He did not even go on to be in the main event at WrestleMania, which is the prize that the winner gets. And Roman Reigns is about to spear somebody, except I messed it up completely. What's his other special, by the way? Oh, that's right, it's a Samoan drop. It's a Samoan drop. Now, I am going to attempt to win this one this time. Last time I was just kind of messing about and having a good time, and there goes Shawn Michaels. Wow. Eliminated. I didn't expect that to work quite so early. The showstoppers just had the show stopped on him there. Let's get rid of Vince too, because he's kind of doing nothing. We don't want him to have another long Iron Man run. So at number 6 then, we've got Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I do love No Mercy still to this day, and I do love this texture mod. I think it's brilliant. Over 200 wrestlers now available to play as in Showdown, but they've ceased working on it now because they've got a new project in the works, which is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to record this video, which was to give it a bit of a plug. It's got a working title, or maybe it's its actual title, of Aki Evolution, Aki being the people that created the system for the N64 wrestling games like WCW vs NWO World Tour, and the sequel to that, which was Revenge, WCW NWO Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, and of course No Mercy. That was THQ Aki, and McMahon just eliminated Austin. Hell has frozen over, history has repeated itself, get the hell out, Vince. Thank you. Now, one of the beauties of setting up a Royal Rumble like this is you get, I was going out there, is you get to do some fun things. And kind of, relive some historical moments. And here's one of them. Here is Jimmy Snuka's great rival, Rowdy Roddy Piper. And in 2008, I need to get the hell out of the way here and just let them fight. Go on, Piper, go after Snuka. No, not me, Snuka. In 2008, they were both in the Rumble, although they were both like 50-odd at this point. And they fought for about a minute, and then they got thrown out by Kane. Coming in at number 8 is John Cena, another 2-time winner of the Rumble. Won it in 2008, funnily enough, and in 2013. And actually had a match with Roman Reigns earlier in 2017. Well, we're in 2018 now, but he had a match on pay-per-view with Roman Reigns, and Reigns won. Because Reigns is the guy that they're all shoving down our throats as the new hero. So I guess he has to beat everybody. Reigns won in 2015 and pretty much caused a riot that night because the Rumble was in Philadelphia. Coincidentally, the Rumble this year is also in Philadelphia, and if I've timed the release of this video right, then it should be tonight, so Sunday night, Sunday the 28th of January, and it's in November then for some strange reason. Come on, Piper, you're really supposed to lock up with Snooker. John Cena is kind of ruining this. You're ruining my moment, John. Jeez. I've turned submissions off as well because I thought that was kind of cheap, and I've turned rope breaks off, so we might get hopefully get a more dynamic Rumble, and we might also get a more, or should I say, a less time-consuming Rumble, because it took forever for the final three to try and eliminate each other, because the AI is kind of crap when it comes to Royal Rumbles. I think that was the biggest weakness of this texture mod was the Rumbles, because you can only use any wrestler you like for the first 4 slots, and then if you say Roman Reigns is over John Cena's slot, so if I selected Roman Reigns for say wrestler 5 to wrestler 30, he'd just have John Cena's moveset, and that's no good. But they say they fixed that for the sequel for Rocky Evolution. I'm not going to get rid of John Cena that easily. I'm sorry, he's a big star. I've got to have some big stars in here, although this Rumble is packed with them. Packed with a lot of former winners and a few runners-up and other guys who made a notable impression in the Rumble. You know, within the limitations of the whole. What's Snooker's? Oh right, yeah, Snooker's front special is a headbutt. If I had lost to a headbutt, that would have been hilarious. I mean, it would be realistic to start as number 1 as Roman Reigns and go all the way to the finish and win it. That almost happened 2 years ago, in fact. But I don't think that's going to happen just because of the way the game works. You usually take too much damage, especially with pinfalls active, to be able to go from number 1 all the way through to number 30. And goodbye, Roddy Piper. No, we'll try that again. What the hell was that? The camera all zoomed in there. Is that meant to be his Superman punch? Because for some reason... Now, that should have got rid of him. Uh-oh. I'm gone. Roman Reigns is going over here. What? Piper had me bound to rights there and didn't take it. I guess he wanted to humiliate me further. Bye-bye, big dog. Eliminated. I didn't see that one coming myself, but hey. Yeah, Reigns caused a near riot in 2015 when he won. Not just because he won, nobody wanted that to happen. That was a nice double team. And it only got a 1 count. But also because people wanted Daniel Bryan to win that year, and he wasn't even in the final few guys. In fact, he was eliminated in 10 minutes. Coming in then at number 9, representing the giant men that have sometimes been in the Rumble, is Jimmy Superfly Snooker, is Andre the Giant, who was in 2 Rumbles. He was eliminated by Demolition, the tag team Demolition, who were basically like the Legion of Doom, only not. They wore spikes and they had face paint, as opposed to the Legion of Doom, who wore spikes and had face paint. And then another year, he entered and eliminated himself because Jake the Snake Roberts came back after being thrown out by Andre and threw a snake into the ring. And Andre was so frightened, he eliminated himself. Oh, that's right. In this modification of the game, you can't actually use Irish whips as a super heavyweight like Andre the Giant. Last time I ran this, there was an awesome moment where I managed to get Hulk Hogan to eliminate Andre the Giant, clothesline him straight over the top rope, which was... I still don't know how I did that, to be honest. So like I said, tonight is the Royal Rumble. It is actually the 30th Royal Rumble Jubilee. The Rumble has been going for 30 years as of tonight, which is just about as long as I've been on the planet, which is a scary thought. Also, I think that was John Cena attempting to do his finisher on me. Because I'm so heavy, it just turns it into a slam. I didn't even mean to hit him there, but it kind of happened. Yeah, the Rumble's been going on as long as I've been on the planet. That's, as I say, that's a scary thought. And recent Rumbles haven't been that great, honestly. Both in terms of the action and the winner. But I do love the Royal Rumble. I think it's a fantastic concept. I know WrestleMania is the big night for WWE and for wrestling, but I love the Royal Rumble as well. When it's done right, it's unmatched for action and just sheer silly enjoyment. And what's wrong with a bit of silly enjoyment? I mean, I watch wrestling, so that's kind of what I get every single week, right? Not if you listen to the internet wrestling community. There's a little dig there at internet fans, because haha, internet fans. Wow, Snooker is kind of dominating. And then Cena took a cheap shot on him. Let's see if we can get... never mind. Finally, Piper and Snooker have hooked up. If you wonder why they were such great rivals, and this will make no sense at all to people who do not know wrestling or are fans of wrestling, Piper had his own interview segment, his own sort of show within the show called Piper's Pit, and he broke a coconut over Jimmy Snooker's head, and that started a massive rivalry between them. And I say this every year. Also, that's an awesome powerbomb. I say this every year, but I really do hope we get a really enjoyable Rumble again this year. They almost managed it last year. That was quite a fun Rumble. And then number 30 was Roman Reigns, and everyone booed him out of the building. And the Rumble just kind of lost all its steam from that point on. I mean, that Rumble was great. You had Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, and Undertaker all in it. And did I just break that? I mean, I didn't, but it looked like I just broke that up by dropping on top of him. That's not in the game, so that's exactly what I didn't do. But that was rather great timing on my part. Now, do I use the special or do I store the special to use later? Also, Cena's about to get Piper out of here. Let's use it. Why not? Now, what's Andre's special? It's like a belly-to-belly suplex. Yeah, that's it. And it's also, if I can do it, it's also, come on, Andre, run. It's the Hogan leg drop. It's the Hulk Hogan leg drop. Anyway, can I pin him after that? No, he kicked out. Piper is going to town on Cena in the corner. I would love to just throw Snooker out right now, but I can't. I'm getting the hell away from you, Roddy Piper. Because you're about to put John Cena in the sleeper hold, are you not? Oh no, your punching combination thing. I forgot you had that. Yeah, because Piper was a character in one of the WCW games, this front special where he pokes the guy in the eye after punching him a few times stayed in the game, and it just eliminated John Cena. That's like 2 years, two attempts at this now where Cena has just gone out really early. Not realistic at all. 0 out of 10 game. Try harder. Oh, no. Right, coming out there next is another winner, I believe. The winner in 2010, the Rated R Superstar, Edge. Who won after coming back from a serious injury. I forget exactly what the injury was, but he wasn't supposed to be in it. Came in at 29, threw out Chris Jericho, and then last eliminated John Cena to win the whole damn Rumble. It's one of those Rumbles that's kind of polarizing, because at times it felt like it was being played in a video game, because they only had like 3 or 4 guys in the ring at one time. And that's kind of a problem that No Mercy has always had with the Rumbles, that it's always 4 people, except when it comes down to the very end. It would be nice if somebody could create a hack, maybe, where the Rumble starts with 2 people for like 30 seconds, and then the next guy comes in, and then the next guy comes in. Also, Snooker has been in this ring far too long, so get the hell out. Because it's time to set up a showdown, ladies and gentlemen. This was mostly drawn at random, but I did do a bit of tinkering here and there, just for a bit more excitement. Starting with this man. Also, I think Piper may be gone here. Starting with this man, Hulk Hogan, 2-time winner in 1990 and 1991. Originally the winner in 1991 was supposed to be Andre the Giant, but unfortunately with his gigantism and his massive heart problems, he was unable to compete, so they gave the win to Hogan instead. Because he was the World Heavyweight Champion in 1990 when he won. Because back then the Rumble... To explain the Rumble for people that don't know it, although if you don't know wrestling, I'm not sure why you're watching this, but the Rumble basically is there are 30 men, and then numbers 1 and 2 are drawn at random, and they start out for 2 minutes or 90 seconds, or in the case of one disastrous Royal Rumble, a minute. Back in 1995, there was a minute between entrants, and it was absolutely goddamn awful as a result. But they start out, and then every 2 minutes or whatever, another man comes out until all 30 have entered. Also, there goes Andre, eliminated by Hogan for the second time, which is rather fitting. And then you only get eliminated by being thrown over the top rope, and both your feet have to hit the floor, which has resulted in some rather amazing feats of athleticism to avoid elimination over the years. Right. At number 12 then, never won the Rumble, but one of my all-time favourite characters in the WWE, Goldust, who I was astonished to find out has actually been in 10 separate Royal Rumbles. He's never won it, he's never come close to winning it, but that's pretty impressive longevity. A long, long career for Goldust. But as I was saying, the next man comes out at 3, and then number 4, and so on and so forth. And the last man standing after all 30 have entered wins the match, and his prize is to get a title match of his choosing at WrestleMania, which is the big event for both wrestling and WWE. And I am not at all sure what Goldust moveset is, so there'll be a fair degree of experimentation if he survives long enough. He looks awesome, both in real life and in this game here, in this texture. But apparently he does a rolling kick. Now that's a move I remember from Goldust. Well, that sort of weird theatrical throat thrust thing that he does. He also used to do a thing where he kicked the guy in the knackers called the Shattered Dreams, and I don't know if that's in the game or not. I'd like to try and find out if possible. Edge brawling with Hogan there. But the Rumble is great. Also, Goldust just told Roddy Piper to suck it. I missed when he became a member of D-Generation X. Okay, Netbreaker. Is that enough to get him out? Hulk Hogan says nope. And no, not goodbye, Roddy Piper. Yes, goodbye, Roddy Piper. He had a brief reprieve, but it wasn't enough to save him. Goldust got like his feeling up taunt. There we go. I will store that special. I will not store that. Oh, I can store that special. Another innovation they've added is that if you press the Z trigger, you will actually, when you're in special or about to get a special, you can save it and then you can bring it back by holding down the Z trigger and taunting, and you'll bring back the spirit meter that you've just got in. Now at number 13, now I've included Taz for 2 reasons. One, Taz has one of the funniest, unintentionally funniest Titantrons ever, because it's just the number 13 in the background, and then Taz, and then loads of Taz's coming from a central Taz. Honestly, my talking about it doesn't do it justice. Just look it up. Also, I've made a huge mistake here. Just look up Taz WWF Titantron. If you don't believe me, it's absolutely hilarious. Also, Hogan's is special, and Goldust is about to go here. Oh, why did I do that? He was turning his attention to Edge, and like an idiot, I got back involved. The other reason why Taz is included here is because he was in one Royal Rumble and he lasted about 5 seconds. In 2001, he... Oh, there goes Edge! I missed Edge getting eliminated. I'm not quite sure what move got rid of him, but Taz doing significantly better here than he did in his one and only Royal Rumble appearance, where he ran down to the ring in 2001, ran straight into the hands of Kane, who was on an absolute tear that year, and got thrown out with after about 5 seconds had elapsed. At number 14 then, woo! It's the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, easily one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever. A 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, won the Royal Rumble in 1992, the greatest Royal Rumble of all time, still, although 2001 comes close, where the WWF title was on the line, and Flair came in at number 3 and won the whole damn thing. Despite the commentators saying he's not going to win it for number 3, no one's ever made it to the end from the first 5 slots, and then of course he did. He's actually won a lot more world titles than just 16, but those are the 16 that WWE recognises, and John Cena tied that record last year at the Royal Rumble by beating AJ Styles. And Cena is actually in the Rumble again this year. And my God, I hope he doesn't win it. Not because I've got anything against John Cena, but I would like to see a new winner again, please. The last new winner was Roman Reigns, and also, what the hell happened there to Goldust? Oh, Taz is out as well. Double elimination. Hogan and Flair teaming up to get rid of Taz and Goldust. I can't remember who's next, actually, at 15 and 16. Who am I? At number 15... Ah, yes! Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart. One of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. And the co-winner of the 1994 Royal Rumble. He won that event jointly with Lex Luger because they both went out at the same time. And they couldn't decide a winner. So they had 2 winners that year. It didn't really work out very well. Following him is Jerry the King Lawler. He's in here not because he's ever won it, but because, well, quite the opposite. Lawler lasted a very short amount of time, and he's lasted about 10 seconds here. In 1997, he came in from the commentary table and got thrown out in 4 seconds. It was hilarious, and that's what Lawler was in there for. A little tribute to one of the funnier Royal Rumble eliminations of all time there. Okay. We've got some absolute megastars in the ring right now. And we got another one. The current, reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Champion, the 1 in 21, Brock Lesnar. You have to say his name like that. It's an obligation at this point. Lesnar won this event, won the Rumble in 2003. Also, Hulk Hogan, see you bye. Or not. He decided not to go out. I mean, it makes sense because he refused to lose to Bret Hart at WrestleMania 1 year. There's like art imitating life again, look. People who don't watch wrestling will not have the faintest clue what I'm on about. But what else is new? But yeah, Brock Lesnar won it in 2003. It's the current Universal Champion, which is the world title holder on the Raw side, because they split Raw and SmackDown's rosters up again about a year ago. I think it was like summer of 2006 or something like that. 2006? 2016. I can't talk today. Flair's got Lesnar in the figure 4, but it will do absolutely no good because submissions don't count in this match. But pinfalls do. Brock Lesnar is an absolute goddamn beast. But lately, he's been kind of being eclipsed by another goddamn beast by the name of Braun Strowman, who is just a freak of nature. He's absolutely huge. Also, Hogan just took Hart's head off with a clothesline there. He's absolutely freaking massive. It's Braun Strowman. Again, if you don't believe me, Google him. Google images of him just to see how massive this man is. And when he first started out wrestling, he was god-awful. Everyone said, oh, he'll amount to nothing. He will, be gone in a couple of years and he'll move on with his life. And we couldn't have been more wrong, because he's the absolute best part of Monday Night Raw now from week to week. He just doesn't give a damn who he attacks, who he destroys. It's just wonderful to watch, quite honestly. And he is fighting for the Universal Championship along with Kane and Brock Lesnar. Also, Hogan, you are not winning the Rumble this year. Eliminated. And F5 for Ric Flair. I don't think Lesnar will be able to pin him off that, but I could be wrong. Oh, the crowd thinks he did get him off that. Good God. Lesnar's got one of the best movesets in this entire game. He just hits so goddamn hard. Okay, our next entrant then. This is supposed to be somebody else, but I made a late change. Not everybody can win the Royal Rumble. And very few people do win the Royal Rumble. And Scotty 2 Hotty holds the dubious record, I believe, for the shortest amount of time spent in the ring across multiple Rumbles. There are people that have come in for just the one Rumble and lasted a short amount of time. And the games have ended again because here comes Goldberg. Let's take Scotty out because he was only there to make a point. Sorry, Scotty, you didn't even get to dance, but you're gone. Eliminated. I'm trying to win. So yeah, Goldberg has never won it either, but he was in last year's Rumble, his second Rumble, and he eliminated Brock Lesnar. and then was thrown out by The Undertaker. But that's what I said about when I said like last year's Rumble started off great and then finished terribly. It's because the Lesnar Goldberg Undertaker stuff was awesome, and then that came Roman Reigns and ruined it. Coming out next then is the current reigning WWE Champion, and in some people's opinion, the best wrestler on the planet today, although fans of the Japanese wrestler Kazuchika Okada will probably be throwing things at their laptops right now. I'm talking about AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. He is just brilliant. He really is a fantastic wrestler. He's a fantastic choice to be WWE Champion. He made his debut, his one and only Rumble appearance in 2016, and it was amazing because Styles was not a WWE wrestler up until 2016. He'd been in TNA for most of his career, and then he'd gone to Japan and won their top title there. So him coming in was a huge, huge moment. And what did WWE do for this huge debut? The music started playing, and the cameraman focused on Roman Reigns' face. Seriously, instead of the Titantron where it said, "I am phenomenal," and the crowd went absolutely nuts because they knew exactly who it was, the television audience got a close-up of Roman Reigns' confused-looking face. Because Roman is most important. Even when Roman is not the focus, Roman has to be the focus. If I sound bitter, it's because I am, or at least I was. I've mellowed now because I'm a bit older now, and honestly, getting upset over predetermined wrestling matches is not really a worthwhile use of my time, if I'm being honest. So AJ Styles will also be in action at the Rumble, not in the Rumble itself. He's got a championship to defend, and he's defending it against two Canadians, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, in a handicap title match. I'm not quite sure how the hell that works. The way I think it works is that they say that if the bad guys, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, the two Canadians, if they win, they'll be recognised as co-WWE champions. I've got a funny feeling also Lesnar is about to avenge his loss and eliminate Goldberg, and there he goes. But yeah, assuming that the Canadians win tonight, and I don't think they will, but if they do, will they go the co-champion route, or will they out? That hurts. No, it didn't really hurt because it's a video game. Okay, coming in next then, another former winner, The Undertaker. Also, Lesnar is not playing around, he's just trying to get rid of everybody. The Undertaker won it in 2007, one of the greatest finishes in Royal Rumble history. It came down to him and Shawn Michaels, who we've already seen. And he and Michaels had like an amazing 10-minute match within a match. It was fantastic. You just didn't know who was going to come out on top until the end, where it was The Undertaker. And he went on to win the championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, I believe it was at that time, in WrestleMania that year. The Undertaker, again, one of the greatest wrestling characters of all time. And he recently seemed to retire at last year's WrestleMania, where he lost to who else but Roman Reigns. Although there are some rumours that he might be back this year at WrestleMania to face John Cena. And I kind of want that because Cena vs Undertaker is a match we've never gotten, at least not at WrestleMania. And I kind of don't want it because, okay, the match against Roman Reigns wasn't very good, and the fact that he lost to Roman Reigns in his supposedly last ever match is not good at all. But there was a wonderful visual at the end of that match where Undertaker took off his hat and his gloves and his coat and left them in the middle of the ring, and then he just slowly sank into the entrance ramp. I'm not going to eliminate him here, I'll take on Lesnar instead, even though that's a bad idea for my health. He just slowly sank into the entrance ramp with his fist raised high, and that was a bittersweet moment, and I kind of don't want them to ruin that moment by bringing him back for one more match. So yeah, like I say, I'm torn. Also, Lesnar is dominating. Everyone's trying to pin AJ, which is hilarious. They seem to be trying to avoid me, which I'm fine with. As for top contenders this year then, going just off the people who have been announced for the match, because there's like 12 there are still 12 slots that have not been revealed yet, and that's always the fun of the Rumble, is the surprises and the mystery of it. You never know. I mean, I don't sound like a shill for the WWE Network here, but you never know who might show up in a Royal Rumble, and there's a crossbody, and there goes AJ Styles. And whoever comes out next is going to put in the sharpshooter. I can't remember who it is, but whoever it is going straight into the sharpshooter. I might have taunted a little too soon for that to happen. Ah yes, it's the Macho Man Randy Savage, who I did a massive disservice to last time I tried this, because I accidentally eliminated him in about 14 seconds. I accidentally eliminated myself playing as Savage. The Macho Man, one of my favourites, and again one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He never won a Rumble, sadly. Even the Rumble where he came in as the WWF, the reigning WWF champion. He was the runner-up in the 1993 Royal Rumble, which is why I've given him his spot here, where he went for a pinfall in a match where pinfalls don't count, and was eliminated by a guy called Yokozuna, who was a big Samoan guy. He was pretending to be a big Japanese sumo wrestler. Yeah, I know, wrestling is weird. Deal with it. And Savage went for a pinfall after his patented flying elbow. And there goes Brock Lesnar. And speaking of the flying elbow, here it comes. Nailed it. Yeah, I wasn't going to have the final two from last year. It'd be the final two again. And there goes Randy Savage. Sorry, man. But yeah, Savage tried to pin Yokozuna. Yokozuna kicked out, and the kick out was strong enough to send him all the way out to the floor. I think he just forgot the script momentarily. It's funny. It's sad, but it's funny. It's not sad. It's ridiculous, but it's funny. Also, let's kill some time and put you in the sharpshooter. Why not? Rey Mysterio won the Rumble in 2006. Another bittersweet moment. Oh, and speaking of all-time favourites of mine, here's another one. Chris Jericho. You'll also notice I might, for those of you that have this texture mod, I've done a bit of customization with some of the wrestlers' outfits, just to make things a bit more interesting. And Jericho's outfit actually isn't in the game files at all, but I downloaded it separately and then added it in. And Jericho's about to last 5 seconds, and Mysterio's out as well. Move over, new stars. The old guard are coming through. Not that Jericho or Mysterio are really considered new stars. Jericho was the runner-up in 2012's Royal Rumble. He lost out to a big, angry, pale-skinned Irishman called Sheamus. And many people still believe he was the wrong person to win that Rumble with Sheamus. Jericho should have been the winner. Because Jericho got to be in the title match that year anyway, facing CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Also, The Undertaker wants to tombstone somebody, and who am I to disappoint him? And Kurt Angle is out now, and again, he never won a Rumble, but he was the runner-up in 2002. And the hits just keep on coming, because here comes Mick Foley. Also, I think Bret Hart is done for. Yep. So I can't even remember who's up next in the lineup. Mick Foley never won the Rumble. Never really came close to winning a Rumble. I think he was second last, the penultimate guy to be eliminated one year. But in 1998, I think that was the year he was the penultimate guy to be eliminated, he came out 3 times in 3 of his personas: Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love. And entering next, no, I'm not going to eliminate Ken Angle that early, is Randy Orton, who has won the Rumble twice, in 2009 and again last year in 2017. And I really like Randy Orton. There are people that don't like Randy Orton. I really hope he doesn't win the Rumble again this year, because he's entered into it and I want a new winner, damn it. But one thing I do love, whenever Orton comes in, he just RKOs everybody in sight. You know, if you're standing in the ring when Randy Orton enters the Rumble, you're going to get an RKO. And I think I may have just knocked out The Undertaker. Oh no, he got back to his feet. Orton has entered into this year's Rumble, and if he wins it, it'll be his 3rd time. He'll tie with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Again, though, nothing against Randy Orton. Quite the opposite, actually. Oh, and there goes The Undertaker. I'd like to think I get an assist for that one. I just want somebody new to win it, because the 3 previous winners in the Rumble for this year that we know of are John Cena, Randy Orton, and yes, of course, Roman Reigns, who was announced not on television, but on Twitter late Friday night. Now, coming in, oh my god, that move is amazing. The double team RKO, that's got to be worth it. Why can't I pin him? There we go. That's got to be worth an elimination. No, I guess he's not had enough punishment. Now, The Rock won it in 2000. Although technically he didn't, because I didn't actually know this at the time, but he actually messed up the final elimination of the Big Show, and his feet hit the floor first before the Big Show. So technically the winner in 2000 was the Big Show, but officially it was The Rock. I mean, it did him no good because he went on to lose the title match anyway, which was a big old fatal 4-way schmoz that year, which also, funnily enough, involved Mick Foley as himself, not as any of his outlandish personalities. That was pretty cool. You hit the wrong guy, Mick, but that was pretty cool. Other participants this year that have really got a chance of winning it, we've got Finn Balor, who's an Irish guy that sometimes comes out in demon paint. Again, wrestling, it's sometimes a lot... It sounds very stupid when you try and explain it to a non-watcher, and then they sit down to watch it and they realise that yeah, it absolutely is stupid. But that's kind of the appeal of it. Honestly, it's just good, silly, stupid fun. And what's wrong with a bit of good, stupid, silly fun every now and again? Now that should probably have softened up Kurt Angle. No, because I messed it up. I was about to say that's probably softened up Kurt Angle enough to throw him out over the top, but it wasn't the case. Now I have the choice now. Who do I want to be in the final few guys? Uh-oh. I saw that sock. Yes, for some reason Mick Foley or Mankind or whoever would often finish his opponents with a sock on his hand. Again, wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And The Rock is resisting getting smashed in the testicles. And I can't say I blame him. The Rock, of course, went on to be a huge movie star off the back of his wrestling career. Kurt Angle is still on television and still occasionally wrestles. He's the general manager of Raw. It wouldn't feel right to get rid of Rock that way. If any of these big time stars are going out, they've got to go out spectacularly. That doesn't count as spectacularly. Let's try again. Uh-oh. I might be going out instead. Oh yeah, and another feature of the mod then is that they changed the low blow sound to be randomized, and one of them is like a bleep machine, which is hilarious. So yeah, this is a great texture mod, but it's now at least 3 years old. It would have to be, because the last time I did a video like this was 2015. And they are coming out with a sequel. And there goes The Rock. I didn't mean to do that, but you know what? That works. That works perfectly. Mick, sorry, you're going out. I mean, it makes sense because, you know, Mick Foley was eliminated by Randy Orton once. And we're down to the final 4. So coming in at 29 is CM Punk, who never won the Royal Rumble, but he had 2 Rumbles where he was the absolute star. In 2010, he came out really early, he threw out a load of different guys, and he kept getting on the microphone between eliminations. It was great. Trust me, again, sometimes you have to see these things, just take my word for it, it was great. And the final entrant, who else but Triple H? The COO of WWE right now, and a 2-time Royal Rumble winner in his own right. 2002, where he last eliminated Kurt Angle, and 2016, where he last eliminated Dean Ambrose. And Randy Orton's going out. No, he's not. So these are the final 4 then, and I will try to at least stay to the final 2 this time. I think, apart from Angle, well, yeah, Angle came in what, like 25, 26. This is another problem with the rumbles in No Mercy, is that it always tends to be the last guys to come out that are the last guys in the ring, which, you know, makes sense, but isn't entirely realistic, because there's usually somebody in a real life Royal Rumble who goes a long way. It ain't going to be Kurt Angle, I can tell you that right now. No, he survived. Okay, we'll just have to beat on him some more. So yeah, Aki Evolution, I believe, is the name of the next texture mod that the people that worked on this are working on next, and it's really exciting because they are basically completely breaking it down from the ground up. And because now you can have unlimited cheats in the game, like the cheat files can be absolutely huge. There's no limit to it. They are changing absolutely everything. They're changing the way the movesets work. They're changing the way some of the matches work. They're going to maybe create some new match types that we've never seen before. It's early days. I will include a link to the page for the project. They've announced a rather small, by this save standards, starting roster. There goes Kurt Angle. We're down to 3. We're down to 3. And very soon I think we'll be down to 2. If I have anything to say about it, we will be down to 2. Let's get Punk out so we can have a clash between the last 2 years' winners. But the main focus on Aki Evolution is that they are really trying to make the movesets as accurate and as diverse and as dynamic as possible. And they're doing this, and I don't fully understand it myself, but essentially everyone's going to have 2 movesets. One when you don't have special selected, and one when you do have special selected. There's an RKO over Triple H, and there's not an RKO for CM Punk. Damn it, Punk! Finish it like a man. There we go. Is that enough? Of course Triple H tries to steal the pinfall. Of course he does. And of course he steals the pinfall. Right. For that, you're going out. We're not having number 30 win this thing. Narrator voice. Number 30 won this thing. I will do a video on Aki Evolution, even when it comes to fruition. I'm doing a horrible job of explaining what it is. And there we go. The winner of the Royal Rumble. Much like happened in real life last year, Randy Orton. And if that happens this year, I think a lot of people will probably be crying. So thank you very much for watching this video of the Showdown 64 texture mod of WWF No Mercy. I hope you enjoyed the show, and until next time, I've been Rainiac, and bye for now.